Namaste and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about breastfeeding in Ayurveda, what are the qualities of good milk, how it's imbalanced, how you can improve the quality of your milk, how you can increase your milk supply, and also my own personal experience along with some practical tips. So let's get started. So in Ayurveda, breastfeeding is described as a sanskar, which is a rite of passage that every human being should go through, and it is the result of a rasa dhatu, which is the first tissue that is made out of the food we consume and digest, and it's transformed into this liquid, nourishing liquid, and one of the type of this ras dhatu is breast milk, so it's very nourishing, and out of the other ras dhatu, other tissues like blood, muscle, bones are made. So it's very nourishing. So breast is also where prana is located. Prana is the life energy. So literally through breastfeeding you actually give the nectar of life to your baby. It's like a life insurance that's going to protect him against all diseases in his lifetime. It provides all the good health and the immunity to fight all the diseases, and it's beyond just the nourishment part. It's also a way to connect and bond with the baby, because it's located, breast is located where the anahata chakra is, which is the chakra of unconditional love. So breastfeeding is a way to connect and bond with the baby. It's almost a spiritual bonding that you have with your baby through breastfeeding. So obviously it has loads of advantages, and the first would be the nutritional advantage. Breast milk has all the nutrients that are required for the baby to grow healthy and happy until it can be exclusively breastfed until the age of 6 months, and then it can start solids but continue breastfeeding until the age of 2. These are the recommendation of the World Health Organizations, but you can also keep breastfeeding until the baby weans off himself. That's a natural breastfeeding. Nowadays it's viewed a bit weirdly that toddlers breastfeed, but it's completely natural. That's how it was long time ago as well. So you can continue breastfeeding for more benefits for the baby, because so the first milk that is given to the baby is the colostrum, which is the first 3 days after birth. It has more calories and more fats. Then it's transition milk, and then mature milk, and it has all the nutrients in terms of carbs, for energy supply, for protein, for growth and development, all the vitamins to improve his immunity, and it has also antibodies to fight against any diseases that's around. So the areola, which is the area around the nipple, when the baby sucks, and through the saliva the areola catches any germs or bacteria, and then it provides the milk that is suitable to fight that specific virus. So it's very nicely made. Nature has given such a beautiful gift, and it's more advanced than what we can even imagine. We have the ability to, as women, to create a wonderful life, to make a beautiful baby. So nature has also given us the power to nourish and feed and grow the baby through breastfeeding. So that's the best start you can give to your child. And it has also emotional advantage. because you know, it's a way to connect, to bond with the baby. It's beyond just the nutritional aspect. It's, for me, it has been like the solution to all my problems. Whenever my baby cries, if I don't know what he has, I put him to the breast and that calms him down straight away. Any problem, if he's hurt, if he's upset, if he's not happy, you know, or even if he's just bored, breastfeeding is the solution to everything. And it has been so easy as well, because when you travel, all you need is yourself. You don't need any bottles, you don't need any sterilization material, you don't need tabs to sterilize, you don't need powder, you know, hot water, anything. You just have yourself. You just need to lift your t-shirt and that's it. It's as simple as. And it has also, you know, economical advantage because it's absolutely free. All you need is to eat good food and then you'll make really good milk. And you can save up to £700, you know, if you breastfeed. And compared to formula milk, which has only the calories and all the nutrients it provides, it doesn't provide any vitamins. It's not living as much as breast milk. Breast milk is living. It grows with your baby, it changes with your baby, it's adapted specifically to your baby's needs. And also during the day it changes. So in the morning it's more energetic, it will give the baby more energy, and then in the night it has specific elements in the breast milk that will make the baby sleep and calm him down. So it's amazing how breast milk is made. It's all natural, and compared to formula, which doesn't change, it's not adapted to your baby, it's made out of cow's milk or soya milk if it's vegan. So it is the same for every baby, whereas breast milk is living and is adapted to your baby. So you know, there is so many advantages for breastfeeding. If you are pregnant, definitely go for breastfeeding and prepare yourself mentally that you will breastfeed your baby. Nowadays in hospitals you have this checklist when you prepare your labor bag, and it has bottles and, you know, formula milk just in case. Now this makes me angry because there shouldn't be any just in case. Breastfeeding should be favored. You know, you have to prepare yourself to breastfeed, not just say, okay, I'm gonna try. No, I will breastfeed, and that's the mindset you need to have. Obviously there will be, if there are unexpected situations, then it's different. If you have to formula feed, then it's different. But prepare yourself mentally that this is what I want. Tell your midwife when you are in labor that this is my desire. And obviously nowadays all the midwives favor skin to skin straight after giving birth, which is amazing, not only for the baby but also for the mother. It regulates temperature, it calms both of them down, and it also sets an amazing start for breastfeeding, because that's where the baby feeds for the first time. So ask your midwife to give you the baby straight after the baby's born. Doesn't matter if he or she is not clean or full of blood, it's your creation. So just take your baby on your chest, on your breast, feed her, and that's the best start for breastfeeding, and that means you can breastfeed for long. It increases your chances for breastfeeding, and that's also where the oxytocin hormone, which is the happy hormone, is released. This is the best time, and it diminishes with time. Within the next few hours it will diminish after giving birth. So yeah, take your baby in your arms straight away. And also they say that the baby, if you don't do anything after the baby's born, it will crawl onto your breast. It's natural instinct, and that's why some women develop this linea nigra, which is the line on the belly, and it goes to your pubic zone, and it's actually a way for the baby to know, because they can't see properly. They can only see, black and white. So this linea nigra will help the baby, crawl. There is the baby can crawl. It has that much energy after birth. It may take long, but it will definitely happen. So it's amazing, and that's why also your breast, you areola is darker, is because the baby can see properly. It's amazing how nature is done. So yeah, breastfeeding can start straight after birth, and that's the best start. Now the qualities of good milk according to Ayurveda is it's white, it's natural and sweet. It makes the baby poo and have wet nappies regularly. It mixes easily with water. It doesn't have any foam or flaky things or impurities. It makes the baby satisfied and content and happy, and the baby doesn't have any problems or colic or any diseases, and the baby is gaining weight and growing properly. These are the signs of good milk. And you may have imbalances in you that may imbalance your breast milk as well. So imbalanced vata milk would be, which is too much of the air element, is the breast milk is light and thin, is slightly astringent, reddish or dark foamy milk. It doesn't have any smell, and the baby is unsatisfied, he's slim, and the urine and stool don't pass properly. So you may express a little bit of your milk to check these qualities. If the baby has any problems, then you can extract some milk and see how your milk is. Then the pitta type milk is warm, and it's slightly hot or sour, is blackish, bluish or reddish like blood, and it also smells like blood. It gives a burning sensation to the baby. And kapha type milk is viscous and white, is slightly salty, it's a bit greasy and oily, and the baby has kapha type problems like cough or sinus, all this blocked. So obviously the causes of these imbalances are important to know to help you treat them better. So there are emotional aspects such as anger, no affection for baby, sadness, depression. There may be too much fasting. The mother is fasting for an extended period of time. There's a lot of fatigue or stress. This can affect the quality of your milk. There's excessive sexual intercourse. This may also affect the quality of the milk. Chronic diseases, another pregnancy, and the obvious one, have you guessed it yet? If you know Ayurveda, one of the main thing you have to look at is obviously your diet. Now obviously an imbalance in your diet can affect straight away the quality of your milk, and it will affect the baby. A baby who has cold all the time, or low immunity, or cough or colic problem, the mother has to change something. So I have made a video about galactogenic teas. I will leave the link here and you can check them out. It will improve the quality of your milk as well. And other things you can do is have some wheat, barley, rice, ghee, milk, and all the foods that are nourishing that I talk about in my postpartum video as well, so check that link out. I also talk about sweet that we make after giving birth. It's called Katlu. It's a superfood, and I've also made a recipe, so I will leave the link here, you can check that out. And the other thing you can have is a beautiful almond milk. So all you need to do is soak some 10 almonds overnight, peel them in the morning, then blend them in a grinder with 1 glass of hot water, and it's now, when it's properly grinded, then you can add some honey, some cardamom, some saffron. You can have that milk twice a day, and that will definitely increase your milk supply for sure. Now, other treatments you can do, if you have an Ayurvedic Panchakarma institute nearby, you can go for a detox, because this will help in the quality of your milk. So if you have too much of kapha, which is too much the earthy nature, and your milk is also kapha type, then you can do some vamana, which is vomiting, so it takes all the mucus out. If you have too much of the pitta type milk, you can have a purgation, which is like a cleanse of your digestive system. It's purgation therapy, and that will clear out all the bile and all the toxins. And also vata type milk, you will need anema, which is like a decoction of herbs or oil that is given from the backside, and that clears out all the which is all the toxins in your colon. So these are the Panchakarma therapies recommended by in Ayurveda for improving the quality of your milk. So my own experience is that I have breastfed my first one until the age of 15 months, and I had the first few days a little bit of pain, but I had this skin to skin contact straight after birth, and my son was he had his eyes closed and his mouth open, and he straight away started breastfeeding, and that was absolutely amazing, because I had no issues with milk supply or anything. I had my breast engorged after 4 or 5 days, and then I've been okay until when I started working after he was 1. My milk supply decreased, because obviously the milk supply is regulated by how much the baby sucks on your nipple. So the less he sucks, the less supply you have. It's as simple as. So it's demand and supply, just like economics. It decreased, and then I started having a bit of blocked ducts, which made it harder, especially on my right boob. So it was really difficult, and eventually it stopped. For this, Ayurveda also recommends for blocked milk ducts that you massage yourself every single day with some castor oil. So with your right hand you massage your left breast, and then you do circles all around until the nipple area, and then the same, you do circular motions. Even with sesame oil is fine, so this will avoid any blocked ducts. Then with my second one, which is a daughter, and she is 6 months and a half. She was exclusively breastfed until 6 months, so we've just started solids recently, and same really, I've had no issues whatsoever. I had a natural normal delivery. Even the first time I had a natural one, but it was induced, so I was in for a longer time in the hospital. But this one was faster, and then I had skin to skin for about almost 2 hours. The midwives, just after birth, she just left us. And then she came by after 2.5 hours, and then yeah, she was still on my breast, and she started after a few minutes. The first few minutes she was like, what's going on? But then she started sucking on the breast straight away. And this time round, because I was prepared mentally that I wanted to breastfeed, there was no other way. Everything, all your thoughts obviously create a reaction and manifest themselves when you really want something. It's just like the technique of visualization. You have to visualize yourself with breastfeeding. Even if you have a low milk supply, or even if your milk is imbalanced, you have to kind of be in a state of meditation when you breastfeed. Is really important. So you have to avoid all these distractions like TV, your phone. It's really easy to do that, but if you have any issues with your supply or the quality of your milk, just meditate when you are feeding, or even when you're not, and visualize the abundance in you, the abundance of breast milk, and then the baby is full with and is happy with your milk, and that will definitely have beautiful effects, beautiful results on you, because the time you breastfeed, your emotional status will also affect the baby. And in terms of practical tips, you don't really need much to breastfeed. You just need yourself, good food, some maternity pads. I think Shivani is awake, but Daddy's there. Can you look after her? Just 2 minutes. So all you need is maternity bras and some tank tops, like I have at the moment. So basically I have these. So if you lift this up or lift it down, it's not your tummy area is covered. And also, where is it gone? Oh yes. And this scarf, I have a scarf. Every woman has a scarf. So I have this scarf that I cover like this whenever I want to breastfeed. And then yeah, you can use your dupatta if you are wearing Indian clothes. This is so multi-purpose, and you can, if you don't want to wear it, just keep it in your bag. You can cover the baby if he is cold with this, so it's really handy. So yeah, I hope these tips have been useful. If you have any other tips, if you want to share your breastfeeding stories, please leave them in the comment box below. This will also help me and other women out there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and see you in my next one. Bye!